Okay, we're going to continue with solving word problems. This part is just practicing using your calculator, so make sure that you can get these numbers right. There's no rounding instructions. First answer, 4.65276. If you rounded that, 4.7. The second problem is 26.566. I would accept 26.6. The last one, negative 38.74225, which would be negative 38.7 if you rounded it to the nearest tenth. Okay, critical thinking and logical reasoning. Again, these are extremely helpful. If you can do these, that really shows that you understand the process and understand what is going on mathematically. Okay. Give logical reasoning explaining what is wrong with the translation of each of the following applications. So you are told that the translation is incorrect. You're supposed to explain what's wrong with it. Okay, the problem for number 1 says the sum of twice a number and 7 is 23. So what I want to do is I want to add twice a number and 7. That would be twice a number. I suppose I should use x. Twice a number and 7 is 23. There should not be parentheses. We want twice a number, not twice a sum. So if these two words were changed around, if it said twice the sum of a number and 7, that would be the correct translation. Okay, well, I just gave you the answer for number 2. The sum of 3 times a number and 4 is 19. So sum of, oh, no, I guess I didn't give you the answer. Sum 3 times a number and 4. I'm going to add 3 times a number and 4, I get 19. What's the problem with their translation? Well, they did 4 times 3 instead of 3 times x. We want 3 times the number x, not 3 times 4. Okay, next example. The sum of 2 consecutive integers, sum is 17 less than 3 times the larger. Here's their translation. The sum of 2 consecutive integers is 17 minus 3 times x plus 1. Well, they have this part right. The sum of 2 consecutive integers, how come it's not drawing? There we go. That is x plus 1. Is my equal sign. 17 less than means take away 17. So taking away 17 looks like that. 3 times the larger is 3x plus 1. We need to subtract 17, not start with 17. Okay, next example. 3 times the sum of a number, so 3 times the sum of a number and 5 is 35. This says the translation is 3x plus 5. 3 times a number plus 5 is 35. Okay. If I want 3 times the sum, I'm going to need 3 parentheses. We need to multiply 3 times the sum. So we need parentheses. Okay, last example. The width, using W for width, of a rectangle is 7 less than the length. The perimeter is 40. Okay, well here you have to remember that the perimeter of a rectangle is 2 lengths and 2 widths. So they have 2 lengths plus parentheses 2L minus 7 equals 40. 2 lengths plus 2 widths. The width is L minus 7, not 2L. We need 2 times L minus 7 for width, not 2L minus 7. Okay. Next part, making connections. Now, I'm not asking you to solve. I'm asking you to explain how you would set it up. If you can explain it, you really understand what's going on. Jenny is 3 years older than her brother Joel. The sum of their ages is 25. Okay. Add Jenny's age and her brother's age will equal 25. Now the trick is I don't know Jenny's age or her brother's age. Use Jenny is 3 years older than Joel. Use X for Joel's age because Jenny's being compared to Joel. And X plus 3 for Jenny's age. So the equation will be X plus 3 equals 25. Use algebra to solve. Okay. Next problem. The sum of 2 consecutive integers is 207. Use X and x plus 1 for consecutive integers. We learned about that in the last video. The equation is, I'm adding them, so I will have x plus 1 equals 207. Use algebra to solve. Okay, for number 3, again I have sum of 2 consecutive integers. No, I'm not going to write that twice. Use x and x plus 1 for my consecutive integers. The sum of 2 consecutive integers, this part of my problem, is x plus 1 is, this part of my problem, 12 less than, so I'm going to take away 12, 3 times the smaller. Well, the smaller is x, the larger is x plus 1. Solve using algebra. Okay, the next questions, going back to solving. Okay, I don't have all 4 steps written down, I just have the problem. Veronica is 4 years older than her friend Brady. How old is each if the sum of their ages is 44? Okay, I have Veronica and I have Brandy. I think I said Brady before. Brandy. Veronica is being compared to Brandy, so Brandy's my variable. If Veronica is 4 years older, she would be B plus 4. Some of you will be able to do this in your head. I'm okay with that. If you have trouble with word problems, please try to break them down this way. Now that I have a representation for Veronica and Brandy using the same variable B, I can answer my question. How old is each if the sum of their ages is 44? Sum means add. I'm going to take Veronica and add Brandy, and I will get 44. Solving this equation. B plus B is 2B. Subtract 4 on both sides. Sorry, that was supposed to be in a different color. There we go. I get 2B equals 40. B equals 20. B is Brandy. Brandy is 20 years old. And Veronica is 20 plus 4, 24 years old. Okay, next problem. Katrina's age is 3 years less than twice the age of her sister Heather. If Katrina is 21 years old, how old is Heather? Okay, I actually don't need to set it up because I know Katrina. Katrina is 21. Katrina is 21 is 3 years less than twice Heather. 3 years less means take away 3. Twice her sister. Well, twice her sister, I don't know. And it's Heather, so twice Heather. Add 3 to both sides. I didn't have to do it the way I did the last problems or any of the problems because they gave me Katrina. Divide both sides by 2, and I get Heather's age is 12. Okay, next one. Katrina is 3 years older than her brother, Christopher, and twice the sum of the ages of these two siblings is 12 years less than 5 times the age of Christopher. Whew, that's a lot of information. How old is each of them? Okay, this is different than the last one because I don't know Christina or Christopher. Katrina or Christopher. So I need to set up variables for Katrina and Christopher. One of those is plain old X. Katrina is 3 years older than Christopher. She's being compared to Christopher, so Christopher is X. If Katrina is 3 years older, she's X plus 3. My equation comes from here. Twice the sum of these ages. So I'm going to add these, and I'm going to multiply that by 2, is 12 years less than, so take away 12, 5 times the age of Christopher. Christopher is X, 5 times X. Okay, to solve that, I am going to first combine like terms in my parentheses. X plus X is 2X. I'm going to distribute. Some of you might have distributed first and then combined. It doesn't matter. You still get 4X plus 6. I have X's on both sides. I have to get them together. I'm going to move the 4X. Since X is going to end up on the right, I'm going to add 12 to move that. I get X is 18. Well, who's X? X is Christopher. If Christopher is 18, Katrina is 18 plus 3, 21. Okay. Next problem. The perimeter of a triangle is 48 feet. Refer to the sides of the triangle as the first, second, and third. The second side of the triangle is 12 feet longer than the first, and the third side is 14 feet less than twice the second. How long is each side? Okay, well, I have first, second, third. Only one of those is X. Second side is 12 feet longer than first, so second's being compared to first. Third side is 14 feet less than second, so third is being compared to second. Second is being compared to first. Third is being compared to second. Hey, we haven't seen this before. Third is being compared to second. Second's being compared to first. So my starting point is first. First is my X. Now I'm going to go here. Since this is X, second side is 12 feet longer, so that would be X plus 12. Now the third side is 14 feet less than, so I'm going to subtract 14, twice the second. So twice the second, not twice the first. Okay, so I used all of this stuff. What didn't I use? Well, the perimeter. Perimeter of a triangle is add all the sides. That is the formula, A plus B plus C. I add all the sides. My equation is first side plus second side plus third side equals 48. Now I can simplify a lot on the left. I'm going to start by distributing. X plus 12 plus 2x plus 24 minus 14 equals 48. I'm going to combine my x's and I'm going to combine my constants. So x plus x is 2x plus 2x is 4x. 12 plus 24 is 36 minus 14 is 22 equals 48. Subtract 22 on both sides. 4x equals 26. Divide by 4. X equals 6.5. So my first side, let's try this here. Okay, my first side is 6.5 feet. 6.5 plus 12, 18.5 feet. Third side's going to be a little bit trickier. 2 times, well, x plus 12 is 18.5. 2 times 18.5 is 37 minus 14. The third side is 23 feet. Okay, number 5. The perimeter of a rectangle is 70 feet. Okay, that's where my equation is going to come from, just like the last one. The length of the rectangle, L, is 5 feet more than twice the width. There should have been another parenthesis here. We're going to use L for length. Length is 5 feet more than twice the width. Find the dimensions. Well, the dimensions are length and width. So, length, width. One of those is just plain old X. It says length is twice width. So length is being compared to width. Width is my X. Length is 5 feet more than twice. So 5 feet more than twice X. Okay, so that's step A. Step B is writing the equation. Well, perimeter of a rectangle. Perimeter is twice length plus twice width. Perimeter is 70. Twice length is 5 plus 2x. Width is x. There's my equation. To solve the equation, I'm going to distribute. 70 equals 10 plus 4x plus 2x. I'm going to combine my like terms. I will subtract 10. That was supposed to be in a different color. $60 equals 6x. Last step, divide by 6. X is 10. Well, X is width. 10 feet wide. 5 plus 2 times 10, 25 feet long. Okay, next two problems. These are back to the mixture ones. A store manager mixes two types of nuts, in which one sells at $4 per pound and the other sells at $10 per pound. To make a 15-pound mixture that sells at $6 per pound, how many pounds of each type of nut are mixed? So we have two types of nuts. We have the $4 per pound nut, and we have the $10 per pound nut. In an earlier video I said they're not comparing these, so it doesn't matter which one is X, but if you want to avoid negatives, make the more expensive one X. Then the other one is the total subtract minus X. So this would be 15 minus X. The equation then is the size, how many pounds, times the price. 4 times 15 minus X plus 10 times X is equal to 6 times 15. My mixture was 15 pounds and its value is $6. To solve, I'm going to distribute. On the right, I'm going to multiply. On the left, I can combine like terms. Subtract 60. And last step, divide by 6. Okay, well, X is the $10. So I want 5 pounds of $10 nut, and 15 minus 5 would be 10 pounds of $4 nut. Okay, last question. A store manager mixes two types of dried fruit, in which one type sells at $8 per pound and the other type sells at $14 per pound, to make a 20-pound mixture that sells at $10.10 per pound. Okay, so my variables are, or my unknowns are, the $8 per pound fruit and the $14 per pound fruit. The 14 is more expensive, so I want to make that X. So the $8 per pound is my total pound, 20, minus X. My equation is going to be the dollar amount times the size. So $8 times 20 minus X plus $14 times X is equal to $10.10 times 20. My first step is going to be to distribute on the left and to do the multiplication on the right. 160 minus 8x plus 14x equals 202. Combining my like terms on the left, I get 160 plus 6x equals 202. Subtract 160. Six x equals 42. Divide by 6. It's supposed to be in a different color. X equals 7. Now, 7 pounds of $14 fruit, and then 20 minus 7 would be 13 pounds of $8 fruit. Okay, that ends this lesson on word problems.